Racing, or the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. We are back once again with the We're here at the Nürburgring GP tonight. Before we get into, we'll go on track in a minute and have a look at some of the guys having a practice. But before we do that, we're going to just run down through some of the rule changes. So obviously last season we had a 15-minute sprint race, we had a 40-minute endurance race. We're still going to have a 15-minute sprint race and a 40-minute endurance race, or equivalent of, but it's going to be lapped races this time around. So that stops the people at the back of the pack from, they have to finish the race. So some guys were opting to stop before the finish line so they didn't have to do an extra lap, finishing the race early. So yeah, obviously that stops that this season. Also, the soft strategy is banned. Obviously, it was the best strategy last season for 90% of the races. All the other strategies are allowed, so you can go soft, medium, medium. So for new drivers, we have Dan. I believe that's Dan the man. We can see him there in the Mercedes AMG. He's last season's Tier 2 champion, so he's come up from Tier 2. We got Den's Bad Robot, 4th in Tier 2 last season, so they've also, or he has also come up. Matty is the first time back in the GT3 series since GT Sport, so this is a return for Matty. Can't actually see him on track at the moment. Well, as I say, we'll have a look on track at the moment in a minute anyway. We have Fatban. Fatban has moved to full-time now, so we'll definitely see him more than once on track, which is good. And Ramos, your current Tier 1 champion, he's actually going to be a reserve this season. So he's not going to be racing regularly, so maybe that gives somebody else a shot at the championship. And also, in the, whatever you call them, quotation marks, Viking has qualifying ban to surf from when he dropped out in season 12. I'm not sure he's going to like that too much, but yeah, Viking Dog on a qualifying ban. Anyway, without further ado, should we have a look at some of the guys on track? And we'll go and join their free practice session. Oh, Poposi and the dude, or Poposai, we're just going to call him Pop. We've got Pop and the dude having a little bit of a battle on track at the moment. Let's hope it's not going to be as aggressive as that once we come into the race. So the dude this time out, we'll see, and he's in the McLaren. In fact, I've got a list here. We'll have who is in what car. If I can just find that. Find the screenshot. So we have BX Royal and CMP in the Genesis X. We have got Eric Slim, and we have Aero GT in the Toyota GR Supra. We've got Fatban and Owen Williams in the Porsche 911. Capel and Mortal Veloz are in the Mazda RX Vision. We've got Viking Dog and Matty in the Jaguar F-Type. We have Ostry Butch and Bad Robot in the AM Vantage. We have Big Beaver, Dan the Man in the Mercedes AMG. And then we have we have Gilles and the dude in the McLaren 650S. For reserves, we have got Alex Yavi, Ben MK, both in the Honda NSX GT500. Then we have Kellen in the Audi R8 Evo. And Jack and Chrissy are in the Ferrari 458. As I say, we are in free practice at the moment. Racing qualifying will commence at 8 o'clock as always. Let's have a look at Ramos. So Ramos, he was in the BMW M6 last season. He absolutely dominated the season, didn't he? Pyro definitely, Royal definitely keeping him on his toes though. Royal was very, very close to him coming into the final round. But Ramos managed to clinch it. He did just enough. It's looking like he's in the Honda NSX this season. Did we even see him in that? What I read out just then. Let's go back and have a look. Yeah, so the Honda NSX GT500. Ramos and Ben MK. We'll be driving this one this season. Looks like a bit of an handful, doesn't it? Looks like a bit of an animal. Bit of a handful, that's what I meant to say. So let's get some information on the screen at the moment. So BX Royal looking like he's the fastest at the moment in qualifying in that Genesis X, which also at the moment looks like it's a little bit of a handful in the hands of BX. Oh, and he's just jumped back in the pits. BX. So who else is in the, so CMP, wasn't he also, I think he was BX's teammate last season as well. They were a very good team, they did very well together, scored some very good points. That was in the Corvette, wasn't it? So running down through who we have on track at the moment, we've got Coleman. Coleman obviously in the Ford GT last season. He had some really good results in that Ford GT. A lot of people were saying it's definitely one of the harder cars to drive, and he definitely put it to the test. I think he finished in the top 5. Ramos, as I say, current Tier 1 champion, managing to snag the crown away from BX last season in that BMW M6. Obviously, he's only a reserve driver this season, so see if he can still shake things up a little bit. Fat Ban, we know. Obviously, we only saw him one time last season, I believe, but he's here full time this season, so we'll see a lot more of Fat Ban. It's good to see him on track once again. Owen, obviously we know Owen, missed the top 5. He had a decent season as well last season. I can't quite remember exactly where he finished, but he did pick up some decent points. He had some very good results. Coleman, I touched on Coleman, didn't I? The dude returning last season. He got in for the last few races, didn't he? Looked like he was on for some good results, but had some, I think there were some small errors, some small mistakes were made, and it cost him a little bit. Viking Dog obviously returning. We saw a few seasons ago he had enough of some of the, one of the other drivers who we won't mention. He's no longer with us, so we don't have to watch out for him tonight. But yeah, Viking Dog had a bit of a rough season, didn't he? Took a season out and he's back stronger than ever. Then we had Denz. So Denz is a new driver for this season. I think Denz is who's come up from Tier 2. Then obviously more Velos we know Zico, we know BX, we know Capel. Oh, and I think we're actually now going into qualifying, so we'll go on board with BX. As always, it is tradition. So if anyone in the chat can possibly let me know, is the audio levels all right? Can you hear me all right? Can you hear the game audio all right? Because obviously I tested with my mic earlier. The mic sounded like it was fine. Hopefully not too loud and not too quiet. But I didn't test it whilst people were racing, so I couldn't really get a comparison. But hopefully the audio is fine for you this evening. And as always, BX manages to escape the pits before everybody else. So he will surely finish his first flying lap before everyone. And actually, everyone has dropped quite far back behind him. So not wanting to try and pick up the toe from BX. Oh. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Welcome along, Viking. Nice to have you on board, mate. And James, obviously. Welcome along, buddy. I think you were a returning viewer from last season. Obviously, we know Viking Dog. Viking Dog's in the lobby. Hopefully you're going to have a good season this season, Viking Dog. I think you're definitely on for it. You got your head clear and everything. Get your head in that nice mental space, and yeah, I think we're going to see some good things from Viking Dog. Obviously, he did win the championship, didn't he? A few seasons ago now. So yeah, definitely driver to contend with. Yes, you have. I forgot about that. I did touch on it at the start of the stream. I went through some of the new rules for this season. Obviously, we're having lap races, aren't we, this season? Which is still going to be the equivalent of a 15-minute sprint and a 15-minute endurance race. But yeah, in the lap format this season. Excuse me. So, BX is now on his first flying lap. Should we have a quick on board? It's actually quite nice to go on board as well sometimes, because you can see the quality of the connection to the server. Obviously, we've had some weird server issues in the last few seasons of Gran Turismo. It's looking like maybe they've got the servers dialed in now. We definitely can't see a lot of that glitchiness, a lot of sideways porpoising, as I've called it before. So that is good. And this is hard braking zone here. Down to first gear there for BX. Straight back up to second. Down to first for the rotation. Up to second. Up to third. He's going to float it through in fourth through here. Yeah, nicely does it. Don't want to get too greedy on them curbs. Can unsettle the car sometimes. And this one. Yeah, some nice lines through there from Royal. And this chicane here. Oh, is he? Oh, BX! As you saw there, he clattered that bollard and it unsettled the car, and yeah, it's all too easy to do that on this track. So I think BX maybe not wanting to show his true pace just yet. I think he's going to wait for yeah, that isn't the ideal line, is it, Viking? I think he's going to wait for some of the other guys to maybe put in their fastest times first, just to give them a little bit of a margin. So Ramos manages to put it on provisional pole at the moment with a 1 minute 54.7. Yeah, 154.7. Zico, only 1 temp slower at the moment. Dan the Man, currently provisional third. Only 3 temps off the back of Zico. We have Ben, currently sat in provisional 4th place. He's in that Mercedes AMG GT3. Only 500ths off the back of Dan the Man. Then we have Coleman, currently sat P5. He is 4 temps off the back of Ben, but he's actually done a personal best through that sector. He's nearly 2 temps up through that one. We got CMP in 6th place currently. Only 200ths off the back of Coleman. I'm sure he's going to be improving as well. And he's actually improved by 2 temps through that sector, so yeah. Slightly through that sector. Only 7 temps at the moment behind CMP, currently P7. We have the dude currently sat in P8. He's 700ths off the back of Dens. Then Capel currently sat in P9. Nearly 5 temps off the back of the dude. Viking Dog obviously serving his qualifying ban in the pits. We have BX Royal back out once again on an outlap. He's going to be looking to try and at least get a banker in. Pop currently sat down in 12th place. He's carrying a half a second penalty, so he isn't going to improve this time around. Owen currently sat down in P13. Fatban is down in P14, and Mortal Bellows currently sat in P15, and that RX Vision. Ben! Go on, Ben! So Ben puts in a 154.5 to take provisional pole away from Ramos. That's only 1 temp faster though, so I fancy if Ramos sticks on a new set of boots, which he is doing as we speak, he may still be able to improve on that. But Ben currently fastest guy on track in that Mercedes AMG GT3. I think it's a 2018 version. Let me just check. Otherwise we'll be having everyone trying to correct me in the chat, I'm sure. So it is a 2020 Mercedes AMG. So they would have been right to correct me if they had done. But yeah, currently, that's right, Viking, it is. I just had to double check my screenshot, and it is the 2020 Mercedes, not the 2018. I was only 2 years out though, come on. So where is Royal? Where is BX, and has he put in a banker lap yet? So Ramos currently sat down in second place. He's yet to do another fast lap. Where is BX? So this, yeah, I think this is going to be BX's first, or well, second timed lap, because obviously he binned off the first stint, didn't he? Or binned off the first attempt. And that is through the chicane there, around the final turn now. What is his lap going to be? Only enough to put him into 11th place at the moment. So I'm sure he's going to be looking to try and improve on that. Ramos has just started a flying lap now. He's going to be picking up the slipstream of Royal up ahead, but let's hope that he's not picking up any dirty air, because that will unsettle the car. I'm not sure if they've made any changes. Oh no, Ramos. He managed to keep it, but that's going to cost him. He was definitely up until that moment. That's unlucky there for Ramos. I'm not sure he's going to get another lap to be able to improve, so we may see a turnout for the books at the moment. It's looking like Ben could be starting on pole. I do believe this is a 10-minute qualifying session, as we have had in previous seasons. Is he going to improve? .153.2, but not an improvement, so that was an out lap. So let's see if he can improve this time around. This will be the final lap that he gets to put in. Oh, and Ramos actually with a half a second penalty. I wonder if BX is going any faster. Royal maybe on a lap. Zico currently sat in P3 with a 1 minute 54.8. He's actually gone faster than anyone through that last sector, but only by 3,000. Fatban has made his way up to P4 at the moment. Oh, he's dropped to P5 as CMP manages to move up to P3. I think it's going to be a very, very close qualifying session once again. He got very close towards the latter half of the season, didn't it, last season? In fact, I think the whole season was very, very, very close indeed. So Ben still currently sat provisional pole. Ramos will settle for second place unless he gets knocked off of there. CMP currently sat in P3. Zico currently P4. Fatban P5. BX improves to P6. Dan the Man, will he be able to improve? Currently sat in P7. We have Owen sat in P8. He's finished his lap, so we all settle for P8, I believe. Capel 9th. Morvelos 10th. He's not going to improve. Coleman 11th. Pop is 12th. We got Dens in 13th. The dude in 14th. And Viking Dog is going to have to carve his way through the back. Well, through the pack. From the back. In 15th place. So Ben improves there. by a whole tenth.
With the round. Hopefully no turn one deaths.
Definitely, definitely. Good luck, Viking. I hope you have a good round, mate. I'm sure you will. So it looks like this may be the grid for the first race. We've got Ben on pole. We have Ramos in second place. CMP is in third. We have Zico fourth. Fatban is fifth. BX is sixth. Danderman seventh. Owen eighth. Capel ninth. Morvelos 10th. Coldman in 11th. Pop in 12th. Denz in 13th. The Dude 14th. And Viking Dog bringing up the rear in 15th. What a qualifying session that was, guys. Very, very, very close indeed. Once again, you can see that on the timing screen on the left hand side there. So was it 156 and the fastest laps of 154.4. So only 2 seconds separate first and last place. So the race is going to begin shortly. What qualifying session that was. Oh, and in fact, it is going straight into the first race. So good luck, everyone. This is the opening round of Season 14. And the grid. We've got that weird grid glitch, but Ben is definitely on pole for this one. Waiting for the lights to go out. And they're off. Let's hope we don't have any shenanigans coming into turn one. Oh, we've got a gaggle of cars there. Ramos manages to make his way up the inside of Zico. No, he doesn't. He's actually been forced out wide. CMP manages to make his way through to third place now. Zico is holding on to second. BX. Oh, Ramos gets shuffled down to 7th place as BX. BX has now made his way through to... Oh no, he started in 6th. He's actually dropped down a couple of places as well. Dan the Man is there in 4th place. We have BX now in 5th. Fatban is there in 6th. We have Ramos in 7th. Capel is 8th. Owen 9th. Pop is 10th with Mortal Veloz there in 11th. We have Viking Dog has made his way through to 12th place. Den's down to 13th. We have Coleman losing the place now to the Dude. The Dude moves his way up to 14th. Coleman still keeping his nose in though. No, he's got that move cemented. Ben still holds the lead of the race at the moment. He's 5/10 ahead of Zico. What can he do? Can he start to try and pull away? It's looking like he's got the fastest car around here at the moment. German car on a German track.
Looks like the closest T1 in a while.
Jag, where are you? Why aren't you racing, Jag? Jack says it looks like the closest tier 1 in a while. No, it's very close last season, Jack, to be fair. So Ben is 8/10 ahead of Zico now. Zico's still in 2nd place with CMP there in 3rd place in the first of the 2 Genesis X's. His teammate BX is now up to 5th place behind Dan the Man. Obviously Dan the Man is Ben's teammate. Hopefully he'll be able to try and make his way up to the front there. Maybe give his teammate a little bit of support. It looks like BX actually... Oh no way. Oh, Fatban, he's having a look up the inside, is he? No, BX has covered it off. Maybe on the exit though. Maybe getting the better exit, and he hasn't. But BX has got his work cut out now. Fat Band does look very fast indeed in that Porsche. He's also got Ramos to contend with. Ramos obviously having a really bad start there, dropping down to 7th place. I don't think there's too many changes here at the moment. Owen in 8th still, and Viking Dog. Viking Dog is carving his way through the pack. He's up to 9th place now. He's come from the back. Obviously serving a qualifying ban, but that hasn't slowed him down at all in the Jaguar this season. Very, very good car indeed, if I say so myself. Capel not far behind there in the RX Vision. He's actually got half a second's penalty though. More Veloz, 1.9 seconds off the back of Capel now in 11th place with Pop. Not too far behind him in 12th. Then we have the dude in 13th. Den's there in 14th. Den's looking for a move at the inside now. He's going to be able to get it done. Oh no, there was a tiny bit of sideways contact there. The dude, he's going to lose that place to Coleman as well. Coleman managed to go around his outside. The dude now down to 15th. So the dude's race is falling apart a little bit at the moment. Keep redding it, dude. You can do it, mate. That McLaren is a good car. But Ben had stretched that gap to 8 tenths. It is now down to 4 tenths. So Zico maybe he was on a cool down lap that last one, trying to cool the tyres down a little bit. Maybe. We're only on lap 2 though, lap 2 of 8. Start lap 3 now. 5 to go. So Ben still commanding the lead of the race at the moment in that Mercedes AMG. Be interesting to see how the tyres fare. It can be quite hard on the tyres, can't it, the Mercedes? Or it has been in previous seasons, I believe. He's doing a fantastic job of it at the moment though, is Ben. He is coming under increasing pressure now though from Zico. Zico right up into that slipstream range now. He's got a nice bit of breathing space over CMP as well. He's not got to have to worry about defending against CMP. CMP not close enough to go for a move. He can just focus his attention up ahead on Ben. Ben's going to be trying to make that AMG as wide as he possibly can at the moment, hugging that inside apex. Who's going to be able to keep the better speed through here? Oh. And look like Ben with a better momentum through the centre S. That AMG is a very, very good car indeed though, isn't it? But Zico's still on the floor at the moment. He's currently the fastest guy on track with a 155.078. What can he do as we come down to the chicane for the 3rd time? Oof. Yeah, definitely different lines there. Zico, he took way more of that left-hand apex. Completely mounting the curb. And look at how much he's gained once again on Ben. Ben is definitely in trouble now. He's going to have to cover that inside off. And he has done. He has moved over, but he hasn't covered it off enough. Is Zico going to be able to sneak up the inside? He's like a ninja assassin. He's got it done. Ben's still there on his outside. Can Ben get a switchback? It looks like Zico actually using more of them tyres at the moment than Ben has in that Aston. British versus German engineering at the moment at the front of the grid, and that Genesis X isn't too far behind either, is it? You can see it looming in the background. But Ben now down to 2nd place. Zico is your new race leader. Ben has actually dropped 6 tenths behind Zico now. So maybe tyre deg is starting to become a factor. CMP has managed to creep up to 7 tenths off the back of Ben now. He will surely start picking up that slipstream soon enough. He was 1.3 seconds behind, I believe, before. He's also got his teammate not far behind now as well. Oh! as I go on board with BX, he actually took a super deep line there. He managed to keep the car under control though. All too easy to drift out onto the grass there and end up spinning the car, but he managed to save it. Dan the man there in 5th place at the moment, but also not losing out on too many either. I think he's just lost that position, hasn't he, to BX. So he's lost 1 position, I believe. And now in the background we've got a gaggle of cars there. Viking Dog looking to get the move done on Owen. Owen's covered off the inside early doors. Coming down into turn 1. Ramos is there as well. Ramos is actually down to 8th place now. Well, there was a tiny bit of sideways contact, I think there wasn't there, but nothing untoward. But Viking on an absolute charge. He's managed to make his way through to 7th place now from the back of the field, and he's now attacking Owen. Owen's definitely got his work cut out, hasn't he, to keep hold of that 6th place. And I think maybe Ramos not very comfortable in that NSX. I don't think we've seen it feature too much throughout previous races. Perhaps this is why. Perhaps it's a bit of a skittish car. It did look like it was a bit of a handful, didn't it, in practice? And also we saw him have that moment in qualifying as well, didn't we? Which maybe cost him a few places coming into the race. The Viking Dog still trying to work on Owen in 6th place. Ramos behind him in 8th. Then we have Fatban. Fatban is in 9th place, followed by Capel. Capel looking to try and put some pressure on Fatban up ahead now. What can Capel do? Fatban is making that Porsche as wide as he possibly can. And it looked like Capel would close right up, but he's actually dropped back a 10th or 2. So Pop's there in 11th place. He's 1.9 seconds off the back of Capel in 10th. We have Mortal Veloz in 12th. Then we have Coleman 13th. The Dude is 14th. And Den's down to 15th now. So Zico he was just waiting in the wings, wasn't he? Waiting for his moment. Ben opened the door and he couldn't shut it again. Zico has now managed to pull out a 1.1 second lead in that Aston over the AMG of Ben. Ben having an absolutely cracking qualifying. He had a really good start of the race as well. It looked like he was going to start pulling away from the rest of the field. But the Aston Martin of Zico just proved too much at this point. 2 laps remaining. CMP 1.3 seconds off the back of Ben now. And his teammate BX. What's happened to BX? BX is 3.3 seconds off the back of CMP, and now starting to come under pressure from Dan the Man. Both nicely through the... Oh no, BX! Maybe a momentary lapse of concentration there. He caught the grass, almost lost the rear end. Absolute cat-like reflexes once again from BX, but Dan the Man, furious behind it. He's flashing his headlights. He wants to try and get the move done on BX, doesn't he? But BX isn't making it easy. And rightly so. What can Dan the Man do? He was some way back a minute ago, wasn't he? It's probably 1.5 seconds behind BX, but He's closed that gap up now. Making nice use of the exit curve there. Owen 1.3 seconds off the back of Dan the Man now. Managed to stay ahead though of Viking Dog. Viking Dog's not managed to find his way past just yet. He's actually managed to take the fastest lap though of a 1 minute 54.5. Dying stages of this sprint race. Ramos dropped down to 8th place. He's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to. Oh, as he launches it over the chicane. He actually got airborne there. That was wicked. How he managed to control that, I don't know. That was actually cracking stuff there from Ramos. I'm not sure that's the orthodox line, but fair play. Fatban 9th place, Capel 10th. Pop in 11th at the moment, but he's got 1.5 seconds worth of penalty. Morvello's looking for the move up the inside. Is he going to get it done? I mean, to be fair, not really a lot of point in Pop fighting with that penalty, but I suppose he doesn't want to lose too many positions. Velos has a sneaky look up the inside there. He managed to put alongside, but Pop getting the bare exit. It's only a matter of time though. He knows that Velos will get past him once he serves that penalty. Coleman with a 1.5 second penalty as well. He's actually attacking Velos up ahead. The dude in Dens. The dude in Dens having a bit of a battle now. Dens and Lowe's trying to get the move done on the dude. Didn't quite manage to do it though. And as we go back on board with Zico, Ben has actually closed that gap right back up again. He's in the 3/10 window. Can he manage to retake the lead of the race? The battle for first place is well and truly on. CMP is going to settle for third unless these two have a coming together. Both nicely through the chicane there. Oh, Zico having a bit of a sketchy exit. He's covered off the inside though into the final turn. Who's going to get the better run? I think it's going to be Zico who's going to take it, but Ben, he's going to pull out, isn't he? Surely he pulls out, and yes, no, Zico gets first place. Ben in second, CMP third, BX takes fourth, Dan the Man in fifth, Owen is sixth, Viking in seventh, Ramos in eighth, Capel is ninth, Fatban 10th, Morvello's 11th, we have Pop in 12th. Coleman is 13th, the dude in 14th, and Dens we're bringing up the rear in 15th. Well, that was the first race, guys, of the evening. That was a sprint race, and we will get into the endurance ever so shortly. There wasn't masses of action, was there, in that first one, but I have high hopes for this second one. I think we're going to see a lot more moves being made. I think the most notable driver there possibly being Viking Dog, coming from the back of the pack all the way through to 7th place. So yeah, he made up a load of positions there. And I think that may put him in good stead coming into this coming into the feature, actually. If we're going off of the reverse grid rules of last season, because it's not a full reverse grid, is it? It's only the top 10, I believe, that get reversed. Unless that's been changed for this season. We'll find out ever so shortly. We will see the grid once they're on the grid. Obviously, it's a rolling start for the endurance. And we're just going to have a quick practice, I believe. Perhaps the guys wanting to test the mediums. Perhaps we're going to see some different strategies coming into season 14, and we do see a lot of people going for the mediums, so maybe medium softs is going to be the way to go. Obviously softs isn't on the cards. Softs or triple softs would well, you're going to be stopping twice, aren't you? So yeah, it'd be interesting. Surely, or will it? It normally is, but if tyre deg is a factor, and if them softs drop off a lot quicker than everyone anticipates, it could be an interesting one for sure. Viking Dog did really well, didn't he, to cut his way through the pack in that first race. See what he can do coming into this second race of the evening, the endurance. Is weather going to be a factor here as well? We are at the Nürburgring in Germany, so it does look a little bit moist out there. BX Royal, I'm sure he's going to be looking to score some decent points in this. Oh! I don't think he meant to do that, or perhaps he was doing a bit of showboating. Or perhaps he was going for a little bit of a drift. So yeah. Zico managed to take the win in that first one. He had some really good results as well last season, didn't he? Picked up some good points. Few more guys out on track now for the quick practice, probably testing out the mediums. Ramos had a bit of a sketchy one, didn't he, in that first one? Let's see how he fares on the mediums in the second race of the evening. I think the NSX is just, it's one of them cars, isn't it? It can be very quick, but it can be quite unstable at times as well. We saw him get completely airborne over the chicane, which was quite a spectacle. And in fact, he'll be coming up to that said chicane in just a couple of corners, so stay on board for just a second and see if he takes that same line, because that was great fun. There he comes. Oh no. So after this next. Straight with a kink. See what line he takes this time. Oh, Ramos. Oh, Ramos. He cleared away in the chicane. He decided to go back to the pits. But Ben, what can Ben do in this one? He was so fast, wasn't he, in qualifying? He was actually 2 tenths, nearly 3 tenths faster than the rest of the field. I think his tyres just died a little bit quicker than he would have liked in that first race. He only lost out on the win though, didn't he? He's still coming home in second place. We had CMP coming home in third. We just had the message pop up there from BX that the race will be starting soon. Fatban having a really good return race as well. Pop, I feel, still getting to grips with that car. I think we're going to see some decent results from him as the season progresses. Here we go. This is it, the feature race of the evening. So Fatban lines up on pole with Capel in second place. Ramos is in third. Viking Dog, I said that may have stood in his favour. He's there in fourth. We got Owen in fifth. Dan in sixth. BX is seventh. CMP eighth. Ben 9th. Zico 10th. Mortal Velos 11th. Pop starting in 12th. Coleman in 13th. The Dude in 14th. And Den's in 15th. So here we go. This is it, the feature race. They're off. I don't think anybody's going to be probably close enough to go from moving to turn one the first time round. Although I think we have seen a few people late on the brakes in the background there. Ramos holding off Viking Dog at the moment, but Viking Dog looking to try and find his way through. A little bit of a concertina there. But Fatban, what a cracking start Fatban's had. He's actually 1.1 seconds ahead of the rest of the field at the moment. He's absolutely on fire. Go on, Fatban. We're only a couple of corners in, but he is, yeah, he looks like he's flying at the moment. I think they put some special fuel in that car. I think we might have to dip his tank at the end of this race, but what a cracking start. Go on, lad. Capel there in second place. He's had a decent start as well, but unable to hold on to the leader at the moment. We got Ramos there in third place. Ramos has managed to make his way up to third place, I believe. Has he? Or was he ahead of Viking Dog? I think he might have been ahead of Viking Dog. So Viking Dog still trying to find his way past Ramos at the moment. 2 tenths is the gap. Only 3 tenths separate Ramos and Capel. And we got to stay on board with Ramos for the chicane, haven't we? We're coming up to the chicane ever so shortly. You can't jump into the pits now, can you, Ramos? See if he gets airborne this time. I don't think he's going to, because I think he's quite close there to Capel. But he did, yeah. Definitely did a little bunny hop, didn't he, over the... and he goes for the move. Up the inside, into the final turn. Capel, a bit of a sitting duck there. I don't know why he didn't cover off that inside line. I don't think he wanted to move over too early and maybe unsettle the car. Perhaps that was what it was. Ramos hugging that inside line now. He doesn't want to allow anybody to re-go for that move up the inside. Up to second place now is Ramos. Fatban 3 tenths up the road. So Fatban absolutely storming off at the moment. But Ramos manages to find his way up to second place. And then Viking Dog has managed to get that move done on Capel. Capel's still on the inside, but Viking Dog, can he get it done around the outside? No. Capel has managed to retake that position. Owen waiting in the wings there as well, but Viking Dog has a look up the inside now. Oh! Capel's got the inside for this next one. And Owen out of nowhere, Owen trying to sneak his way up to fourth place as well. Viking Dog says, nah, I'm not having none of that. Capel having to cover off that inside line. Early doors. Oh, big slide there from Viking Dog on the exit. All this fighting behind as well is allowing Ramos to get away. He's 1.4 seconds up the road now. Viking Dog does finally get that move done. Capel, what happened to Capel? What the? Viking Dog up to third place. BX is up to fourth now. Owen's there, down to fifth. Dan is in sixth. We've got CMP in 7th place. Zico is there in 8th. Ben is 9th. And Capel down to 10th. What happened, Capel? Come on, man. Keep your head in it, son. It's still early. We're only 3 minutes in. Under pressure now, though, from Pop. Pop looking to try and get that move done. He's actually got it done, has he? He has. Capel just hemorrhaging positions now. He's just allowed his teammate to take that position as well. Morvelos through to 11th now. Capel down to 12th. The dude there in 13th. Den's 14th. Coleman in 15th with half a second penalty. Looking to try and get the move done on Den's, but Den's covered off the inside, so he's going to go around the outside. And he actually gets it done. What a move there from Coleman. Later on the brakes. Round the outside, Bob's your uncle. Den's down to 15th. Fatban is now 5 seconds, 5.1 seconds up the road. He's got the fastest lap of 1:55.1. How long are them softs going to last though? I think everybody behind him possibly on mediums. We can see Ramos there, he's on mediums. Still in second place with a 1.3 second gap over Viking Dog. Viking Dog, he had a good start, didn't he? He's made up a position up to third place. BX 3 seconds now off the back as we see positions being made. Owen looking for the move there against BX. He didn't get it done, but now he's under attack from Dan the Man. Oh no, Owen's off onto the gravel, down to 13th. I think there was a tiny bit of sideways contact there between him and Dan the Man. We'd have to have a look at the replay to see quite how bad it was, but I think it was negligible. I think maybe he did get squeezed a little bit, but... So BX is there in 4th place. We've got Dan the Man up to 5th now. 7 tenths off the back of BX. Can BX get onto the back of Viking Dog and maybe go for a move there? CMP looking to put the pressure on Dan the Man now. And he looks up the inside into the final turn. He is going to get that move done with ease. Dan the Man looking for the switchback. He's going to get a cut back. He's had to stick his nose back into that slipstream. We have Zico creeping up there as well in the Aston. CMP is going to have to cover off that inside. Not the ideal line though coming into turn 1. He's under pressure from 2 cars now as Zico gets that move done on Dan the Man. Zico up to 6th place. Up to 7th. CMP 1.2 seconds off the back of his teammate. Can he go and assist his teammate? He's actually closed that gap as well. Oh, BX looking like maybe he's struggling with the Genesis. Taking some very, very wide lines. And Viking Dog has managed to stretch that gap to 4.7 seconds. He has started to catch Ramos as well. 6.7 seconds though, 6.8, it's coming up to 7 seconds now is the gap that these guys behind have to bridge to Fatban, who had that absolutely cracking start. But he is on the softs. I think he's the first person we've seen on the softs as well, so he is going to be pitting in a few laps time, I would imagine. But Ramos managing to keep that gap fairly consistent. Back to Viking Dog. 5 tenths is the gap. Not getting airborne that time round. He almost took that bollard with him though. The Viking Dog has closed that gap up through that final turn. It's 2 tenths now, or it was 2 tenths. It's now 3 tenths. It will surely gain though, coming down the start finish into turn 1. He's not fancying setting up a move just yet. I think that NSX possibly very good on the brakes as well. Maybe Viking Dog's just going to sit behind and pressure Ramos into making a mistake. So that car is very skittish. He's definitely putting the pressure on, isn't he, as Viking Dog? Ramos is surely going to be feeling it. And Viking Dog now closer than ever. What can Ramos do? He's going to have to try and pull away, isn't he? But Viking Dog just looks rapid at this point. Absolutely stuck to the back of that NSX, and he's looking for the move now up the inside into the chicane, and he gets it done. That was a good move there from Viking. Not really a lot Ramos could do. He couldn't keep his nose in there, could he? He had to back out, otherwise there would have been, yeah, it would have been game over for them both. I think he knew that as well. But he now drops to 8 tenths behind Viking Dog. I think maybe now he's going to go into tyre conservation mode. I think, yeah, Viking Dog's definitely used more tyres, hasn't he, getting that move done. I think, yeah, Ramos possibly going into tyre conservation mode now, maybe trying to eke out that stint. So BX is in 4th place. He's now 4.9 tenths off the back of Ramos. I think Zeke, wait, what? Oh, Zico was up there as well. He's got his teammate there, CMP for company. CMP 3 tenths behind. I wonder if there's going to be team orders. I wonder if CMP is just going to assist in holding the rest of the field up behind BX. It would still be a good points finish. These guys finishing 4th and 5th. Oh no, so BX has moved over. He's allowed TMP through. He's going to lose that position though to Zico as well. He almost does. Zico trying to go around the outside. Come on, BX. Come on, lad. So maybe the roles are reversed now. Maybe BX is going to be the roadblock for the rest of the cars behind. Allow CMP to try and start to create a bit of a gap. Try and maybe pull BX onto the back of Ramos. It's definitely working, whatever they're doing. So Zico looking like he was going to get that move done on BX, but he's still there in 6th place. He's now under attack from Dan the Man. Dan the Man really starting to put the pressure on in that AMG. Oh, Zico thought about a move up the inside into the final turn, realised he wasn't close enough. Maybe just trying to put the willies into BX up ahead. Maybe force him into a mistake. Oh! Zico tried to have a look up the inside, but the door closed. You don't really want to get too greedy on that inside apex on turn 1 anyway. It does have a habit of getting the car really unsettled. Zico driving like a man possessed now. He's trying to find a way past. He's trying everything that he can to try and get past BX, but BX's defending is just too good at the moment. Danaman has dropped slightly out of that window. He's not too far behind though, so don't write him off just yet. He may still be able to go for a move. With BX and Zico fighting up ahead as well, that has allowed him right back onto the back of Zico once again. It's going to become a 4-way battle for 5th place soon, as Ben not far behind Dan the Man now as well. So Dan the Man there in 7th place with his teammate Ben in 8th. We have Veloz there in 9th with half a second penalty. He's going to drop behind Capel once he serves that penalty. Capel, his teammate. Oh, and he's allowed him through anyway. Oh, but then what is going on? What was that? Is that some weird connection thing? Let's hope we don't lose the lobby. So we've got Capel followed by more Velos in 10th, the dude in 11th, Owen in 12th. Pop in 13th. Dens in 14th. And it looked like Dens has got some really fresh tyres there. So has he pitted early? Has he had an early pit stop? I'm not too sure. Coleman in 15th place, 12.6 seconds off the back of the field. He hasn't pit yet either. What's happened to Cole? Come on, lad. Having a really sketchy first race. So we'll go on board with the race leader and look at his tyres. He has pulled out an 8.3 second gap over the rest of the field. But his tyres have died an absolute death. Oh, and Viking Dog managing to get a move now on Ramos. In fact, no, we saw it come earlier, didn't we, into turn 1, I believe. But Ramos right onto the back of Viking Dog once again. I think Viking Dog had pulled out a bit of a gap, hadn't he? Ramos has managed to close that gap, so yeah, battle for second place is really starting to heat up once again. But wait, what? Gilles, where's Gilles? Gilles, why aren't you racing, Gilles? Welcome along, mate. And Ramos now peels into the pits. He's going to get rid of the medium tyres. Be interesting to see what he slaps on next. Not even halfway through this race now. Oh, really? Oh, nice one. Happy days. So Gilles actually been to over at Le Mans. Oh, you're on the way back home. Well, safe travels, buddy. Yeah, Fatban, that 8-second gap is now a 7-second gap. I'm sure he's going to be looking to come into the pit soon and get rid of them tyres. That rear left tyre has absolutely left the chat. That's going to be very, very sketchy. Coming through these right-handers.
How's my teammate Dude doing?
Dude. So we've got Viking Dog still there in second place, CMP in third, BX now under attack from Zico looking to try and take that fourth place away. BX has just been too much of a good defender up to this point, but Zico finally managed to get that move done. BX now down to 5th place. We have Ben in 6th, Danaman in 7th, Capel is there in 8th, Owen in 9th, Morvelos in 10th, Pop in 11th, followed by Dens in 12th. Ramos is in 13th, and the Dude down in 14th. With Coleman in 15th. So we've definitely seen a few people take on fresh tyres. So Coleman now out on a fresh set of softs. The Dude also on a fresh set of softs. Ramos, fresh set of softs. Dens still out on their mediums, but he's actually really, yeah, he's looked after them tyres really well. Maybe he's not pushed as much as he possibly could have done. Pop, they're in 11th place, also on mediums. Morvelos also yet to pit. Owen now into the pits. He follows Capel in. Danderman has stayed out his favourite track position. BX is also in the pits, as is Fatban, the race leader. So Viking Dog becomes your new race leader. And look at that. So he's actually got pretty much half. Oh, he has a bit of a slide there on the Astro. Keep it together. Come on, Viking. Keep it together, mate. He's actually got a decent amount of fuel left in that car, and he's definitely got a few laps left on them tyres. But how much of a gap can he create over the rest of the field whilst he's got this free air? The undercut has proven to be very overpowered though in the past though, hasn't it? So Viking Dog's definitely going to have to create a fairly large gap, I believe, to keep the lead of the race. But then he's not going to have so many laps to do. Perhaps he's definitely trying to cement a 1-stop, whereas some of the other guys possibly on a 2-stop. 4.8 seconds though ahead of CMP, who is also out on the mediums, so he's on his first set of tyres still. Zico also on his first set of tyres, in third place at the moment. Ben there in fourth. Ben had a cracking first race, didn't he? He managed to put the car on pole, finishing second place in the end, but yeah, he was fast, he was quick in that AMG. So I assume the rest of the guys who haven't pitted yet probably will. Will Denz come in? And Denz is in as well. Okay. I think the only person who hasn't come in is Zico. So Zico becomes new race leader. Rest of the guys in the pits. We'll find Ramos. So Ramos will get promoted to second place. Fat Bam will follow him to third. Zico 18.8 seconds up the road, but these guys now on fresh soft compound tyres. And Fat Bands are several laps younger than Ramos is up ahead. So what can Zico do now? Zico's got to try and build, I think it's a 20-second or so gap. He's currently at 18. I don't think that's enough. I think he's going to come out in around third or fourth place if he was to pit this lap. Maybe even lower down than that. May even be around fifth. So Ramos, once Zico enters the pits, he will become race leader. 1.9 seconds ahead at the moment of Fat Bam, who's still holding the fastest lap of 1:55.1. Fat Bam actually on the medium tyres. Ramos is on the softs now. Zico, will he pit this time round? And he does, so he's peeled into the pits now. So Ramos is going to come through to become your new race leader. And where is Zico going to come out? This is going to be an interesting one for sure. He did create a bit of a nice gap, didn't he? But that may have just been the gap from the pit stops. So Ramos to become race leader once again. Fat Bam moves through to second place. Viking Dog through to third. Where is Zico going to come out? So Zico actually, yeah, so he drops way for, no he does, he comes out in fifth place. He just dropped a position to BX and CMP. So CMP fourth and fifth now. Zico re-emerges in sixth place. Capel there in seventh. The dude is up to eighth now. He's being hounded though by Owen in ninth. That Porsche is a very quick car as well, isn't it? But as I said before, I think the tyre wear can be a little bit strong sometimes around some tracks. It's worse than others, isn't it? For sure. Ben there in 10th place now. Morvelos in 11th. We've Dan the Man in 12th. Denz 7.5 seconds off the back of him in 13th. Then Pop in 14th with a 2-second penalty. Coldman starting to reel him in now in 15th place. He may be able to salvage a position once Pop serves that penalty. It looks like he started reeling Pop in anyway already. Ramos with a 3.1 second lead over Fat Bam now. How long will them softs last him though? I think he's going to have some very, very dead tyres come the end of the race if he's going to take them to the end. We're only on lap 12 of 21. So just over halfway. So he's still got half a race to do on them softs. It's Fat Bam! No! Fat Band's still in second place, but he's looking like he's going to lose that position to Viking Dog once he serves that penalty. He's got a 2.5 second penalty. What was that for? Fat Band. Fat Band. I've just lost the viewer for doing the Fat Band music, so I'm never doing that again. I'm joking. All good. Anyway, I digress. So Fat Band has to serve that 2.5 second penalty. He is going to lose that position to Viking Dog. Viking Dog is within a second of him now. So he's going to lose that position. Will he lose it to CMP as well? Will CMP manage to creep onto the back of Fat Band? Oh, Fat Band with a bit of a slide there on the exit of that turn. I think the mediums are not the best tyre for the Porsche around the Nürburgring. And Viking Dog on a bit of a charge now. You can smell blood. You can see that penalty up ahead of Fat Band. He hasn't even got to work for that move. He knows that he's going to get it eventually anyway. So Fat Band moves over off the racing line to serve that penalty. Viking followed him, but I think just to try and maximise the slipstream there. And yeah, that penalty's really cost Fat Band. So it was only a 2.5 second penalty, but he has dropped down to 3.7 seconds now off the back of Viking Dog. So Viking Dog looking like he may have cemented that second place, but he's also on the softs. Will he be taking on another set? So maybe he's on a 2-stop. I got a feeling some of these guys possibly going medium, soft. Just a little prediction there. They might not. Some of these guys may be able to take them softs to the end of the race, but yeah, it's early doors, isn't it? Still another 15, 14 minutes even to go on them tyres. It's definitely going to be a bit sketchy, isn't it, come the end of the race? So 4.8 seconds is the gap that Ramos has now over Viking Dog. But you can see him creeping into the shot there. I think Viking Dog can probably see him up ahead, can't he? That's always an incentive to try and close that gap. When you can see the car, you start putting in them purple laps. Try and put them purple sectors in. And Viking Dog, actually, his last lap was the fastest lap of the race, a 154.5. I said he was on a charge, didn't I? And it looks like he well and truly is. Meanwhile, Fat Band. Come on, Fat Band. He's 5 seconds now behind Viking Dog, and he's starting to slowly drop into the clutches of CMP. CMP starting to reel him in ever so slightly. 3.1 seconds is the gap between CMP and Fat Band. CMP currently in 4th place. His teammate was with him, wasn't he? BX, but yeah, BX lost that position to Zico. Oh, Zico! What happened there? I don't know if Zico got a little bit deep there, but BX looks like he's moved back up to 5th place. 2.5 seconds off the back of his teammate. Capel there in 6th. 5 tenths off the back of BX. Will Capel be able to close that gap and go for a move into turn 1? Yeah, he's not close enough this time round. Zico. Possibly trying to cover off that line to Owen, who's also not far behind in 8th place. Zico lost 2 positions there. Down to 7th from 5th place. Then we have Owen there in 8th, the second of the 2 Porsche 911 GT3s. Then we have the AMG 2020 of Ben in 9th. Followed by his teammate Dan the Man in 10th. All Veloz in the second of the 2RX Vision in 11th. We've got Dens there in 12th place. Pop is in 13th. And as I said it, didn't I? Coleman has managed to make up a position. He's up to 14th. The dude now down to 15th. Six laps to go. Ramos comes over the line to start lap 16. Still with a 3.7 second gap over Viking Dog in second place. Well, what a cracking opening round Viking Dog's had this evening. I think he's definitely going to be fairly chuffed with himself. Obviously the race isn't over yet, we've still got 10 minutes left of this race. So don't count the chickens just yet. He is definitely bringing that gap down now, isn't he, to Ramos up ahead. Fat Band really suffering on the mediums. 7.5 seconds off the back of Viking Dog now. But interestingly, I keep saying this, are the guys up ahead on the soft, so they're going to be doing a two-stop. Will they take on a second set of soft tyres? Because that will surely change. Oh, Fat Band with a moment. He's managed to stay ahead of CMP, but that gap has come right down. CMP is on the charge now, he can smell blood. Genesis X, somewhat reminiscent of a... well, yeah, I suppose it does look a bit like a basking shark. But he has it on the exit there of that last turn. He's managed to get the move done. Up to third place now, Fat Band down to fourth. Oh, that's very, very sketchy there, through there for Fat Band. Oh, and Royal looking like he's going to lose that position once again to Zico. He was coming under attack from Zico and Capello, looked like, coming through the chicane. Through the final turn there, Zico manages to move up the inside. BX still there on the outside though. He's going to be able to get ahead enough. I don't think he is. I think Zico has won this battle into turn one. But no, BX. Oh, no, he has, yeah. Surely. So Zico still unable to move over. BX is going to retake that position. Is he? It looked like he was going to, but now it looks like he's under attack from Capel as well. Capel all over the back of BX now. BX down to 6th place. Capel actually losing that position as well to Owen. Owen managing to slip his way through. Caught Capel unawares. Capel tries to get back through. Oh, he's just been nudged out a little bit wide. He's now under pressure from Ben behind in 9th place. Yeah, this battle really starting to heat up in these final stages. So maybe this is the tyre the guys are going to finish on. I was convinced that maybe some of them were going to have to go for, and look how close the top 11 are. Very, very close indeed. That's the first notable gap between Dens and Multivelos. 8 seconds, and then Pop there in 13th, Coleman 14th, Dude in 15th. So Ramos still holding on to the race lead at the moment, 3.5 seconds. Viking Dog still holds on to that second place. But will his tyres hold on? He's got a nice bit of breathing space though. Back to CMP, who's there in third place. 10.7 seconds is the gap between CMP and Viking Dog.
Javi.
He's doing good again, Benji. Welcome along, mate. Benji says, let's go, Javi, who is Ramos, obviously. Fat Ban. Drop down to 4th place. But he's still got a nice bit of breathing space over Zico there in 5th. 1.76 seconds is the gap, and BX is there in 6th. Let's try and find what's the closest battle at the moment. So it looks like everybody actually settling into their positions now. So Slim. By Slim, you mean Coleman. Coleman's down in 14th. Yeah, Coleman's down in 14th. I think he's struggling a little bit in that Supra, but then he didn't struggle at all in that Ford GT, did he? He was absolutely rapid, so maybe give him a couple of rounds, he'll get to grips with that car. I think he's going to be putting in the practice for sure. And the dude is down in 15th. Lap 19 out of 21. Yeah, everybody's tyres are cooked, man. That's why I said I thought some of the dudes on softs, I thought maybe we're going to be going for a 2-stop. I thought they'd be running medium, soft, possibly, but it looks like they're going to get the 1-stop and the medium, soft strategy down. Owen's there, I think, isn't he? So we still have Ramos in the lead of the race. Viking Dog is there in 2nd. CMP is in 3rd. 11.2 seconds off the back of Viking Dog now. So Viking Dog definitely looking like he's sewn up that 2nd place. Can he manage to attack Ramos though up in 1st? Did he? Oh, I didn't even see that pop up, dude. Oh yeah, so it looks like Owen maybe getting a DC. So Fat Band still trying to close that gap up ahead to CMP. He's coming under pressure now though from Zico. And Zico has been looking fast, hasn't he? Can he get the move done now though? Take that 4th place away from Fat Band. Fat Band also looking rapid all evening. Oh, and he's managed to get the move done. Fat Ban actually picks up half a second's penalty as well. That's unlucky, Fat Ban. So Fat Ban now down to 5th place. So he went soft medium, which was maybe, it was looking like it was a good strategy to start off with, but now it's looking like it's maybe not paid off. Maybe the medium soft was the way to go. BX down to 6th, 1 second off the back of Fat Ban. He will surely, that'll put him onto the back of him, won't it, when he serves that penalty. If it doesn't allow him to get that position for free, so BX may find himself up in 5th place without having to work for it too much. And then a 4.5 second gap back to Dan the Man. Dan the Man who's under pressure now from Capel. Capel looking for the move, is he? Dan the Man has covered off that inside. Capel looking like he's going to try and get the move done around the outside. Not that time round. The angry Hornet of Capel and his teammate there, Mortal Veloz.
SRXV. Both cars of each team there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, in fact, the 2 RX Vision cars are actually in a Mercedes sandwich. So we've got Dan the Man in 7th place, we have Capel and Mortal Veloz in the RX Visions, 8th and 9th, and then we have Ben in the 2nd AMG in 10th. So that's quite a sight to see. Two very different sounding cars. Obviously the Wankel engine of the RX Vision. And it's either an inline 6 or a V6 of the AMG GT3. Then we have the Aston Martin of Dens in 11th place. Pop is in 12th. Coleman 13th. The Dude in 14th. Not really any notable battles on track at the moment, but this guy looking like he's done enough to take the win here in this second race, the feature race of the evening. He's only got a few more corners to go. So my prediction was well and truly wrong, wasn't it, of the potential 2 stops from some of the guys. I think they all managed to make the 1-stop strategy work. Most of the guys going for medium, soft. I think it was Fatbam was the only guy who attempted soft medium. And yeah, Viking Dog's tyres well and truly dead now. He hasn't got to worry about pushing though on this final lap. He's 11 seconds ahead of Zico. Slowly approaching the final sector now. So we had Zico. Zico took the win in the first race, the sprint race of the evening. We had Ben managed to put it on pole. And Viking Dog takes the fastest lap, it looks like, in the feature race. And Ramos is going to come home and take the checkered flag and take the win here in the feature race. Well done, Ramos. GG's, mate. Viking Dog, absolutely cracking stuff tonight, mate. Comes home in second place. That's a great start to the season for Viking Dog. Zico having a decent outing tonight as well. He won the first one, comes home in third place in the second one. CMP in fourth place. We've got BX in fifth. Fatban sixth. Dan the Man in seventh place. Ben in eighth. Morvello's ninth. Capel in 10th. Dens in 11th. Obviously Dens making his debut this evening. Pop also debuting this evening in 12th place. I think we had a disconnect from Owen. So there you go. Pop finishes in 12th. Popusoy, I think it is. The dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, the dude spins it across the line at 13th and Coleman takes 14th place. Well, that was the first round of the season, guys, and what a cracking round that was. We had 2 different winners this evening. I think Viking Dog held on to the fastest lap in that feature race as well. We had Ben put it on pole, came in second place in the first race. Zico obviously taking the win in the first one. And as you saw there, Ramos managing to take the win there in the second race, and Viking Dog coming home in second place. What a cracking race that was. 5 seconds, it's a joke, it's a joke. So I think maybe, looking at the chat there, perhaps Vettel's getting a 5-second penalty or something, I'm not too sure. That's unfortunate though, if that is what happened. But yeah, that was round 1, guys. I'll see you same time next week. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. Good night.